Hey guys, it's me. I just gonna make this video to let you know what I have in my Shatterhand collection. I've been busy with a lot of shit, so I just want to take like the time to show you what I got here, and you'll be like impressed with some of the stuff I have. So if you're really interested, Shatterhand, interested in what I have here, stick around. So yeah, first let's see what we got here. I got the VidPro card of Shatterhand. These kind of cards were used back in the day to display in the stores what you were getting before you actually went and bought it. And most notably, people just ignore the game because of the box art cover here. But the back here was in great shape, except for the front. It's a bit. I think it was like a faced up on the glass, exposed to the sunlight. Wish they didn't do that. Hoping to find another VidPro card with a better condition of the front. And over here I got the two Shatterhand games. One is in the custom case that was made that I got on eBay, but it keeps sliding a bit, and it was supposed to lock in, but it's actually a pretty nice cover, pretty nice case. The other one's the original Shatterhand game with the manual game and the sleeve protection and the styrofoam insert. And right here is the Famicom cartridge of Shatterhand. And I've only seen something like this on the internet, and I thought it was just a photoshopped image, but this is actually a real cartridge. I got this from a guy in Poland, and as far as I can tell, this is like the only one I have, one that exists. Like, there's probably a few others the guy sold, but I think, and there's also it's labeled Shatterhand there. It's not written. It's like a sticker or something. So I wish I could focus it more in, but you can see it like right there. I haven't played it yet, but I'm hoping that I will. I'm hoping I can get a case, but the problem is the case on the cases for Famicom cartridges on eBay, the guy just priced them up for too damn much, which I hate. And right here is a custom frame box art cover of Shatterhand, and it's a drawing of like someone did at Anime Boss in 2012 that she used from the box there, and she made it like more cheesier than what it did before. Well, it is what it is. So moving on. Here I have a couple of magazines of that contain the review of Shatterhand. The first one here is a Nintendo Power from the October of 1991. This is time of the 25th anniversary of Star Trek, which a lot of people are familiar with. And in case you don't know what Star Trek is, it's a show that was debuted back in I think it was 1966. It only had 3 seasons, but spawned a whole wave of generations of Star Trekkies, as you would call it. Here's like the cover for that, but yeah. Even though they have like almost a walkthrough for Shatterhand, they don't mention on the front cover. They just have like the Castlevania 2, F-Zero, and Metroid. And here's the Shatterhand. Looks very awesome. It actually came up with the drawings and all that, like this one here, Shattering Hands. There's different bots. Alright then. These drawings have got to be a bit terrible. Like, they're good at a point, but you just wish you wanted more. And this one here is, wow. It's like as though they cut something from the paper and just like plastered it onto the image or something. I mean, look at the enemies. They just look so cheap. Like, and this image here, oh boy, this They made it look like those Shatterhand's fat. But you know what his fat stomach looks like to me? Kind of reminds me of Daryl from Storage Wars. In case you haven't heard what that is, then it's just a show on A&E. It's really not the same now that Dave's gone. He was a driving force. But oh well, shit happens. What can you do? There's a Blazier. And this is probably supposed to be the tall cyborg here. Like, you know, the ones that just walk around slowly. And that's the Irish cyborg that I like to call Cyborg Colossus. Oh, he's lobbing the grenades. There's a pogo board. Yeah, it's a pretty nice art here. And this has a poster of its own. Except it doesn't have the maps of areas D and F. I think they didn't want to give too much spoilers away. And my favorite fan art has got to be Inferno, and this is awesome here. I mean, that looks badass. I mean, that's better than the Zappack's impression of Inferno. And here we have Cybergate. Yeah, the card, like the Zappack's card says it's Cyborg Ape. Now this one says Cybergate. That was a problem back in the late 80s and early 90s of Nintendo Power. They couldn't get their facts straight. Case in point, they said the game takes place in the year 2031. The same thing with the friggin' cards. But the game actually takes place in 2030. I don't think they were focusing much on their source material. And here's Gravitas, so I wish it was a bit more enlarged. The only thing they have of Very D is like a few pics and quote from General Grover just taunting Shatterhand, but he'll be defeated. And here's like a image, like a very impressive image of like Area F, like being bombarded by Metal Command's airstrike force, killing many people. Wait until you see a version like that for the graphic novel. It's gonna be pretty graphic. I'll probably put a message saying reader's discretion is advised. Oh, and on the back of it is a poster of Flintstones, the rescue of Dino and Hoppy. And that's super like the Nintendo Power. And now we come to video games and computer entertainment. This also came out this came out a month later after the Nintendo Power. This has a review of Shatterhand. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Did I pass it? Give me a moment. Ah, here it is. Shatterhand's Lico. Look how much it cost back then. Just $49.95. That's how much a NES game was back then. Are you serious? They gave The Sound of Music 6 out of 10? I'd give it between 8 and 9. I mean, it's awesome. And the graphics, I would have given it one more point up. And playability, yeah, 7. Overall, I give it an 8. But this guy had a different opinion. And it's like ad for like Nightshade. And the guy that reviewed it was the same guy that is a guy I think was an employee from Jaleco. His name is Brent Walker. If any of you guys can find out who he was, or he is, or was, let me know if he worked for Jaleco at one point. I don't know. So that's the magazines there. Now on to some other stuff. Now we have something very unique here. I got this almost a year ago, I think, and as far to my knowledge, this is the only brochure of the Power of Jaleco that I have here. It's the only known copy that I have. If I'm incorrect there, prove it, and I'll give you credit for having one of these, because not a lot of these were made and given away. This was like a a brochure, promotional brochure that was given away during the CES conventions. I think it would stand for Computer Electronics Show. I think it was 1992 that I was told, and I had this on reserve and I managed to get it, and now I only need to find what kind of binder do I need to make these all holes fit. I need like a special kind of binder. The seller didn't say what kind of binder I needed, but if anyone could tell me what kind of binder I might need for holes like these, let me know, and I'll try to find them and display them better. It has and the reason why I bought it is, yeah, obviously Shatterhand there, so we're gonna check this out. And ooh, look at this. Look at that here. This has a bunch of various games here from Jaleco, which they either publish or develop. I don't know why they don't give Natsume credit here. And here it is. It was highly rated by Nintendo Power Magazine, EGM, GamePro Magazine, and Video Game and Computer Entertainment Magazine, which I showed you recently. I just need to get the GamePro Magazine that has the Shatterhand review, and the EGM magazine. And I don't know if Game Informer reviewed this in their magazine back in 91 or 92, but if they did, let me know what issue, and I'll try to find the review in that magazine, if I can find one on eBay or anywhere else, that is. Yeah, graphics every bit as exciting as 16-bit, no doubt about that. 7 incredible challenging levels. I wish there were more, but in 8 directions scrolling. Yeah, that's pretty true. And other games here as well. Ooh, Rampart. I think it was a big deal when they released this. I mean, just look at it. I think it was more like a strategy game. Yeah, they don't have anything like programmed for like Shatterhand. I think there's like pocket here. So yeah, this is a really unique item. If you have like one of these, let me know, and I'll give you a shout out or something. But if you want to buy this from me, forget it. Though I will buy a special binder that goes with the rings here, if I can make you a good offer. If you know a certain binder, that is. Now here I have like a few papers here from Shatterhand. The poster, obviously, from Nintendo Power. I have another copy of Nintendo Power, which I carefully, and notice how much I exaggerate that, carefully cut, tore the poster from the magazine, and that was not an easy thing for me to do. And I have two inserts from a couple of games of from Jaleco or something. This here was the original idea for the front cover of Shatterhand, and as you can see, it looks pretty crappy, I guess. Yeah, I think ooh, who's that? Oh, it's Ryan Sandberg. Was he that good as a baseball player or something? I guess so. I think that's why he's on the cover of Super Bases Loaded. And this is earlier version, because in here is a later version. It's the same gameplay shots, but with the final version of Shatterhand in the cover. And there are different games here than the one in there, but few games are different. But the difference here, it said postponed here, while here it was still fresh and valid. But I don't know why it's postponed, and I really could care less for the reason. Win big time with Jaleco. Yeah, if it was a contest for big time with Shatterhand, I would have wanted to be alive, at least 16 or 18 back then. I would have loved something like that, but unfortunately this is what it is. we're like just making more generic sports games every goddamn day. And I pray to God that EA doesn't remake Shatterhand, because God only knows how terrible that will be if EA got their hands on it. Let's hope they don't. Yeah, so like there's a couple things here. This one, like, I made in art class. It's supposed to be like it's like a press stamp, like a pressing item that I made in art class in college. Yeah, it's like depicted of me as cosplaying as Shatterhand back in Anime Boss in 2012. It's not perfect because you can see it's so dark, but you can see that what I'm cosplaying as. It turned out to be pretty nice. I wanted to do like an gameplay image of Shatterhand, but I couldn't do it since that'd be just copying someone else's work. But then again, who did the artwork for Shatterhand? Though I really want to know who. And you already know about the Zapax cards I showed you on, particularly with Shatterhand. And one more thing before I wrap this video up, I have this map here of Shatterhand of the game for the NES. It's a whole game from areas A to G, and it has characters and sprites and all that. I got this made at by Richard Burns at NESmaps.com. He's really wonderful making the NES and Super NES maps for games, particularly with Metroid, Castlevania, Zelda, F-Zero, etc., etc. The list goes on. I mean, you gotta see this guy. He's great, and I donated $100 for him to make this map, and it was worth it. I have 2 misprints that are like rare because I have 2 misprints because like with the anti-gravity research, he spelled it like A-N-I-T, which spelled a nit, which is supposed to be A-N-T-I. He gave me 2 misprints, and if Shatterhand ever becomes famous, I'll probably sell them, but who knows. So yeah, this is a Shatterhand collection I have so far. I call it the ultimate collection because I don't think anyone else has a collection like this. And if you want to try to compete with me, be my guest, because I'd love to see you try to out-top me in this motherload here. And if anyone has like a better condition of the VidPro card of Shatterhand, let me know, because I'd like to get my hand on another one of those. And get like a Famicom cartridge case for the Shatterhand game, because the only guy that's selling it is expensive. Cheap. Anyways, if I get any more like interesting items of Shatterhand, I'll let you guys know and I'll show it on video. Anyway, this is RS signing out.